What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. How's your day going? Mine's going all right. Hope you're doing pretty good out there. You know, we got a whole lot of issues going on right now, and it's just crazy. So to everybody, y'all gotta stay safe, man. Keep your head on straight and all that good stuff. But look, Tuesday, tomorrow, we getting a vote for the House Speaker. So we're gonna see if Jim Jordan's gonna make it. I don't know. I read a couple articles earlier that some members in the GOP are going to try to put up a contender, somebody to take that spot that's just going to kick the can down the road, in my opinion. We need to go ahead and organize and get this speaker deal worked out. We need to get our shit together, I guess, in Congress. We got other crazy stuff going on, man. It would appear that World War III is coming. I really hope not. But we've got all kinds of escalations going on here. It's just getting crazy out there. And apparently we can afford it. Yep, that's right, y'all. We can afford to fund all this crap. Get a load of this. Janet Yellen. America can certainly afford to support Israel and Ukraine, U.S. Treasury Secretary says. Yeah, so Janet Yellen, you know, that person that runs the Treasury, seems to think that we can afford to support Ukraine and Israel and be the world police, I guess. I don't understand. We can't even balance our budget correctly, and Janet Yellen is like, yeah, we can do all this, do all that crap. We can't even afford to do stuff in the United States. Now, I'm just having trouble with trying to figure out how these people's brains operate. We have crumbling infrastructure. We have, inflation. We have all kinds of issues. I could get into all that, but we have loads of issues right now. And we don't need to be escalating war. We don't need to be funding all these wars. And I don't see how they think we can afford it. We are $33 trillion in debt. How the hell does that make any sense to send aid out? We can't even pay our own damn bills. I know I'm not an economist, and that's not really how it works, but it just doesn't make any logical sense to keep doing all this crap. I know I rail on this all the damn time, but I mean, when are we going to stop being foolish with our money and get our shit together? But here we go. In an exclusive interview, Janet Yellen urges Republicans to appoint a new House of Representatives Speaker to enable greater financial support to be agreed for both Israel and Ukraine. Right. Janet Yellen has told Sky News the United States can certainly afford to support wars on two fronts as the conflict between Israel and Hamas threatens stability in the Middle East, and the U.S. continues to back Ukraine's fight against Russia. Talking exclusively to Wilfred Frost ahead of a meeting of financial ministers in Luxembourg, the U.S. Treasury Secretary said the economy and public finances were in good shape to ensure backing for U.S. interests abroad. Now, like I just said, to me, that statement doesn't make any sense. We have loads of issues going on right now. We're sending more money to Ukraine than we are to try to help some of our own citizens, like in Maui, in Hawaii. We've got tons of issues around the country. Our border is wide open. We need to bring gas prices down. We need to bring food prices down. Now, I know the U.S. Treasury Secretary doesn't control that, but we need to be a little bit more fiscally responsible, in my opinion. We don't need to be funding these wars. Why can't they try to stop some of these wars instead of trying to fund them until their completion, whatever that may be? Let's keep going, y'all. She said it remained too early to understand the economic ramifications of the latest conflict, with oil and natural gas prices remaining volatile amid growing concerns of a wider war in the Middle East. Those elements were key factors behind the energy-driven cost of living crisis that started facing Western economies last year. She pointed to a big easing in inflation, but appealed for Republicans to fill the void left by the removal from the office of House of Representatives Speaker McCarthy in order for greater financial support to flow. We do need to come up with funds both for Israel and for Ukraine. This is a priority, Mrs. Yellen said. It's really up to the House to seat a speaker and to put us in a position where legislation can be passed. She added, "We stand with Israel. America has also made clear to Israel we're working very closely with the Israelis that they have a right to defend themselves. But it's important to try to spare innocent civilian lives to maximum extent possible." Yeah, of course, you got to throw that caveat in there. She's completely fine with killing people. Of course, I know, I understand. I understand what's going on, but she had to throw that caveat in there, of course, because you really do want to minimize civilian casualties at all costs. But how the hell are you going to minimize civilian casualties with Hamas? These people will take and put women, children, whatever, right in front of them and start taking pot shots at the IDF. How the hell are you supposed to defend against that? It's like there's no other choice. What do you do? But let's keep going, y'all. America can certainly afford to stand with Israel and to support Israel's military needs, and we also can and must support Ukraine in its struggle against Russia. That's where I would have to disagree with Mrs. Yellen. It is not a priority to support Ukraine, a very corrupt regime. Mrs. Yellen's remarks followed her visit to the IMF World Bank Conference in Morocco last week, when the much-discussed topic was the potential ramifications of the Israel-Hamas conflict. Iran has warned Israel against a full-scale ground operation in Gaza in response to the Hamas incursion over a week ago. Former Minister Hossein, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, said his country could not remain an observer in that event. If the Zionist aggressions do not stop, the hands of all parties in the region are on the trigger, he said. When asked if there was more that the U.S. Treasury could do to pressure Iran from not getting involved in the war, Mrs. Yellen responded, "I know that there are diplomatic conversations that are taking place, but I'm not going to go into detail about them." Of course, you can't go into detail about them because you don't know the detail about them. You just know they're taking place. I don't understand some of these politicians just put out some bombastic crap. And this is very concerning. Of course, we all knew Iran is involved in this. They're going to be involved. And it seems to be spelling out world war. Because Iran gets involved, who else comes in after that? Let's just say, for instance, Israel does their ground invasion. Iran goes on full-scale assault. That means Hezbollah is going to go on full-scale assault. And that probably means some other factions are going to go in Syria. Lebanon, I know that's where Hezbollah is located. But that's just my greater point in this. We're trying to fund something that obviously is going to push to a greater effect, more war. It's going to spread. Funding these wars only spreads these wars. That's why I'm totally against this Ukraine bullshit. We need to stop. We need diplomats out there. We need to find a resolution to solve our problems. We can't just continue to point guns at each other. I know traditionally that's how it's always been. Somebody needs resources. They just say screw it and just go on full-scale assault. Take them out. Kill them. Why not? But we need to be a little bit better than that these days, in my opinion. I fully believe in a diplomatic solution. Now, I know the Israel-Gaza situation is very complex. There's a whole lot of moving parts going into that, and it's not as simple as just send in a diplomat to negotiate. In all honesty, from their position, from the river to the sea, there's not much negotiating you can do with that, but at least give it an effort, you know. I'm curious how all this is going to resolve itself. Is it going to broaden to a larger conflict? Let me know down in the comments what you think is going to happen. Because personally, I don't see anything other than World War III happening. China is trying to get us so involved in the entire world, being the damn world police, so they can take little old Taiwan. And I don't understand that either, man. Just leave Taiwan alone. That's like Ukraine, man. Leave Ukraine alone. You want to go in there and denazify Ukraine? By all means, do it covertly, if that's what you feel you need to do, Putin. But there's no need to fully invade Ukraine. I mean, what the hell what the fuck are these people thinking out here, man? It just blows my mind. And it's still blowing my mind. The far left is just all behind Hamas. Death to the Jews. Man, come on, you guys. Leave the dang Jews alone. They've been persecuted for thousands of years, literally. And, the left is always the ones of, DEI, tolerance, diversity, equity, inclusion, all that good stuff. Except for when it comes to white people and Jews. Screw them. Their tolerance and their equity and their inclusion stops with white people and Jews, I guess. That sure is what it seems like. I don't know how the hell you can support terrorists if your message is to oppressors, because it does appear that the people in Palestine are being oppressed by the Israeli government. We can all see that, right? That doesn't warrant going out and killing civilians just willy-nilly, like some of the stuff we've been seeing that's coming out of that. It doesn't warrant that. I'm sorry. You want to get a message out there? Get a message out there. Israel won the war in 1948. You lost. Get over it. Go somewhere else. You don't get out there and just start killing random people, women, children, and all that good stuff. You don't do that, man. That's just totally wrong. And for everybody who supports Hamas. And that's all I got for this one, you guys. I want to thank everybody for watching. Like I said, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. But before you do go, I just got somebody I want to introduce you to right quick. This is my little buddy. He does all the video editing. He's pretty good at it. He doesn't say much, but he's a really good video editor, and he talks a lot of crap too. Say hi, Saint. That's his name, by the way, Saint. His little puppy. Alright, there you go, buddy. You've had your 2 seconds of fame. Like I said, though, y'all, thanks for watching. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that like button, please. And like I said, if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Do all that good notification every crap. And have a good day. And be positive. Peace.